have someone to introduce you to. Sabrina is my new kitten, and yes, I have another cat. I'm just becoming an old cat lady a lot earlier in life than I expected. She looks like an angelic little princess, sort of, but she's not. She's a devil cat. You're just acting nice for the camera. She's just working it right. See what I mean? She also has a bad habit of biting people's faces. Oh, which is a really bad habit, but we're trying to work through it. Okay, we are done here. Don't knock that over, please. Don't eat that. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing today? You better have your cup of tea ready, or coffee, or hot chocolate, whatever beverage you prefer. Because today we are going to have a nice casual sit-down kind of video where I get to chat with you guys. I wanted to do a Q&A around the time that I hit 16,000 subscribers because I was like, whoa, how are there so many people watching me? That's kind of crazy and a little bit scary, but like in a good way, in a cool way. Some of you guys were requesting that I do a Q&A, and I thought that that was a great idea because it will give me the opportunity to answer a lot of the questions that you guys have been asking me, and my new subscribers, as well as all of my old subscribers, can get to know a little bit more about me. I have a lot of questions here to answer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. Oh wait, my mom is calling me. Hello, mother. Would you like to say hi to my subscribers?
Hello, subscribers.
Alright, anyway, on to the question. Queen Aurora's books asked, you're moving out of the country? How, why, and where? Yes, so in my top 5 books of 2016 video, I kind of just randomly threw out to you guys that I'm moving out of the country, but I didn't give any more information than that. I was just like, I'm moving out of the country in 2017, and you guys are probably like, what? So yes, I am moving out of the country. I'm still very much processing this. Sometimes I think I'm crazy for doing this, but I am also so excited and so happy. Let me explain. So basically, right now I'm attending a university that is only about 20 minutes away from my home. I'm going to be transferring to another university that is in England, specifically London. This university just so happens to be my dream university. I cannot even tell you guys how happy I am to be going to this place. I've been toying with the idea of studying in England for years and years and years. So in 2016, I finally decided I'm gonna do it. And here I am. It is insane. Honestly, that was the best news that I could have ever received in 2016. That's my life. I'm moving out of the country. And if you're wondering what I'm going to do with all of my books, don't ask me that question. How can I bring all of these beautiful books with me to England? But I'm not thinking about that yet. I haven't even crossed that bridge yet. I'll figure something out. It's just gonna be a little bit sad. No, it'll be fine. What am I talking about? Everything will be fine. And just to clarify, I am not studying abroad in England. I am literally moving there and finishing my undergraduate degree there. Gretchen Wynn asked, what are the best strategies for getting out of a reading slump? I actually have an entire video on overcoming reading slumps. It's one of my worst videos, or maybe it's good, but I just cringe when I watch it because it was one of my first videos. When I watch it, I'm just like, no, Sophie, why? I guess you guys can go watch it. I give some pretty good tips. Honestly, I truly believe that sometimes you just can't force it upon yourself. Take a break from reading. Watch some Netflix. I binged 4 seasons of New Girl. And guess what? Now I'm so sick of Netflix and I feel like I need to read a book because my brain is so dead. It's okay not to read sometimes and to find your way back eventually. But one other quick tip I would have is just to read a guilty pleasure kind of book. A book that is really popular and has really, really high ratings that everybody loves, but you haven't read yet. Those are the books that are more likely to grab your attention right from the start. And if you're in a reading slump, you definitely don't want to read something that's going to overwhelm you or feel like a chore. You just want something that's going to entertain you and ease you back into reading. Toast Dragon Fantasy asked, will you continue with booktube after you move? Yes, of course I'm going to continue with booktube after I move. I can't even imagine not doing booktube. I always describe it as my own personal diary, but it's not. It is on the internet and anybody can see it. But it still feels like a little part of me that I get to share, and it's very cathartic for me. If anything, I feel like during the move and moving to another country where I'm going to be experiencing culture shock, having something as familiar and comforting as booktube will be really nice for me. And the great thing about booktube is that I don't have to be in this bedroom to be a booktuber. It's really awesome that I can share this adventure with you guys. So yes, I will be doing booktube. I haven't figured out the logistics of it, like moving my books. So we're not going to get into that yet. I'm not thinking about that yet. Dallas Dabala asked, how old are you? The famous question that I literally get all the time. I totally understand why you guys ask me this question a lot. And it's because on one hand, you guys know that I'm a college student. But on the other hand, you're like, wait, she looks like she's 16 because I have a permanent baby face and my voice goes squeaky sometimes and I just overall seem like a 16-year-old girl. It's very unfortunate, but that is my reality. I'm actually 21 years old. People think that I am a child, but I am an adult. I had a growth spurt in 8th grade and then I just kind of stopped growing. I think it's done. This is something that I struggle with on a daily basis. Like, you guys don't even know. Let me tell you a story. So I'm at the grocery store buying groceries. I am buying some adult beverages. I'm buying an alcoholic beverage for my mom. It's not even for me. As the grocery lady is ringing it up, she turns to me and she gives me the sassiest look. She says,
can I see your ID?
And I'm like, sure, I don't have anything to hide. She proceeds to hold my ID like an inch away from her face. Then she holds it up to the light and she leans over to me like she's about to tell me some secret. And then she whispers to me,
you look like you're 14.
And I'm just like,
well, I'm not.
But yes, I look like I'm 14. And then, my friends, as I'm leaving the grocery store, she all of a sudden stands up super tall, starts waving her arms frantically, and then yells,
bye, little one.
She called me little one. There are some pros to this. For example, I figure that when I'm 40 years old, I'll just look like I'm 30 years old. At least, I hope that's how it works out. Cam Reads Books asked, what is your favorite book or book series of all time? My favorite book series of all time is obviously Harry Potter, but that's the obvious pick. So putting that aside, everybody who knows me really well on this channel will know what I'm about to say. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. New subscribers, this is something you should know about me. She also asked, I am planning to reorganize my bookshelf and I just wanted to ask if you arrange your books by genres or color or by some other method. I do not coordinate the arrangement of my books. I have had actually a lot of comments, people kind of trying to correct how I've placed my books, telling me that I put my books in the wrong order because I totally do. I don't pay attention to any of that. Yeah, I just kind of put them however they fit, and once it all fits, then I'm like, okay, cool. I am that annoying person that all the book lovers hate on. I dog ear my pages. I am generally an organized and neat person, but for whatever reason when it comes to my books, I am so unorganized. But I kind of like it that way, and that just makes it even weirder. Camo Kitty asked, what is the weather like where you live? Funny that you asked that because I live in California and currently my town is having what is supposed to be the biggest storm that we have had in years. Streets have been getting flooded. Part of my house is currently leaking. It's crazy, which is perfect for me because I don't like going outdoors. I know a lot of people who aren't from California associate California with hot weather and sun. I actually live in a part of California where it isn't always sunny, but I love it, so no complaints here. Elise Millark asked, do you like Twilight? I do like Twilight. It's not the best quality writing, it's painfully cheesy, it's a bit ridiculous, but ultimately Twilight was one of the things that got me through middle school. I think it was my first young adult book, and I just remember escaping school lunches to go and read Twilight in some strange lonely corner. I was that weird nerdy kid who was just always reading in the corner. And so now being older and looking back at this series, I'm like, okay, you are definitely flawed, but did I love you? Did you give me so much enjoyment? Yes. Twilight made me so happy at one point in my life, so for that reason alone, I do like Twilight. Lindsay Holmes asked, how do you have time to read while in college? Well, Lindsay, I actually did a video giving tips for this exact question. I will put that in the description down below. The biggest thing that I hear people say all the time, especially English majors, is that they read so much that by the time they're done doing their homework, the last thing they want to do is read a book. Unfortunately, the only way to feel like reading is to just force yourself to pick up a book and read it. It's always hard to start that book, but as soon as you start really enjoying it, you will be happy that you picked up that book. I think you'll actually find it a relief to be reading something that isn't super boring. It just is really hard to get past that little bump where you don't want to read anything. One of the biggest tips I can give is that you have to schedule reading into your schedule. I would write in my calendar, read book for an hour. You just have to even it out. I talk way more in depth about this in my video. Definitely recommend checking out that because I go way into this. John Kiernan asked, what is your reading story? What got you into reading? My mom got me into reading and I am forever grateful to her for this. My mom would read me Narnia every single night before I went to bed. She would read to me and then I would read some parts and we would read it together. And then eventually as I got older, reading was just something that I picked up. As soon as I was physically able to read, I started reading books. Sometimes I wonder if I would have picked up reading on my own if she hadn't read to me. What would be my hobby? What would I even do? I would be loving a different hobby right now, like sports. Not sports, no. Novel Pause asked, if you got the chance to marry one character from Harry Potter except for Draco, because we know you love Draco, who would you marry? Actually, funny you say that because I do love Draco and he is one of my boyfriends, but I wouldn't marry him. I don't want to deal with any of that. I have a soft spot for Draco mostly because he's my childhood crush. I don't know why as a young girl I would be drawn to Draco Malfoy out of all of the characters. I think I would be the kind of person that would end up marrying Ron Weasley or Neville, but not Harry. We would not be compatible. Maddie Knapp asked, do you have any tips for getting over a fear of vlogging in public? Maddie, I don't know because I still cannot vlog in public. It is such a terrifying experience for me, so I completely understand where you're coming from. There's just people watching me and looking at me like, what is she doing? I just feel really uncomfortable. I feel like I can't openly speak my thoughts when people are staring at me. But if I had to give a tip both to you and to myself, we need to not care so much. Really, when you think about it, who cares? They're just gonna kind of look at you and wonder why you're talking to a camera by yourself. Who cares? Right? They don't know what we're doing and it shouldn't really matter what they think. We just need to not care so much. That, I think, is what we should work on. Watcher said, can you do a close-up of your eye because ... is your pupil solid black? Your eyes look really drawn for me. Literally unreal. Wow! I hope that that's a compliment. My eyes, I feel, can look freakishly black sometimes, sort of like I'm a demon. Okay, this is my pupil. I think I have a hair in my eye. Oh my god. Now you have all seen a close-up of my pupil. I also feel like this is kind of creepy. I have to say that's probably one of the best questions I've ever been asked. Life in My Book asked, if you had to pick one, which book character would you say you are most similar to? I definitely am most similar to Katie from Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I don't think I've actually felt as similar to a book character as I do with Katie. Not only is Katie also a book lover and also makes videos about books, putting aside her love for books, our personalities are also just really alike. I don't know how to explain it, but her thought process is really similar to how I think. I just felt like I could really connect to her and relate entirely to her. Raven Moriarty, I really feel like I didn't say that right. I am so sorry. How do you take your coffee? I take my coffee with milk and sugar. Almond milk to be exact because I am vegan. Geraldo asked, who is your favorite Harry Potter character? You are putting me on the spot. Snape. Snape is my favorite Harry Potter character. He always has been, always will be, always. Diana Mejia, I am sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, asked, what kind of writing do you do? Poetry, novels, short stories? Do you keep a journal with your writing in it, or do you tend to do it on your laptop? I do all of my writing on my laptop, mostly because I primarily do books. Right now I'm actually writing a book that I'm super excited about and I'm having so much fun writing it. It's just a casual, nice thing that I'm doing for myself. I try to write some of it every single day. So yeah, to answer your question, I definitely mostly write books. And those are all of the questions that I'm going to be answering today. You guys asked me the most awesome questions. So thank you everybody who asked me a question. I had so much fun answering them, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me answer them. I didn't get to answer all of the questions, so I'm sorry if I didn't get yours, but if you would like to ask it again, or if you have another question that you didn't get to ask, go ahead and leave it in the comments below and I will answer it. And I need to wrap things up really quickly because my camera is dying, like it does every single time I film a video, because I talk so much. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video and getting to know a little bit more about me. So if you liked today's video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I hope that you'll go and have yourselves a fabulous day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!